If you want to use your website to attract more clients rather than just having it as a digital portfolio, one of the first things you need to do is start writing blog posts. And unlike many people think, writing a blog post isn't the same as writing in a journal. There's a proven structure you should follow. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to write a blog post from start to finish so it brings more clients to your business. It's actually the exact framework we use as a marketing agency when we write blog posts for our clients, which are mainly architects and interior designers. And while the examples are probably going to be architecture related, the framework applies to every industry and all types of blog posts. So before we dive in, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a marketing tip to get more clients for your business. Now, how many of you have already written a blog post before? Leave a comment below. I want to see how many of you have already published one. I personally have spent over 1,000 hours learning about and writing blog posts, and I'm going to break everything down for you in under 10 minutes. So make sure to take notes or leave a comment below and I'll send you the checklist over. So the ultimate goal of your blog post is for potential new clients to find you through Google. Read the article and recognize that you're an authority and see that you have the expertise to help them with their project or do any kind of services you offer. That's exactly why we start with a title. The headline is the most important part. You can have a great article, but if nobody likes the title, nobody will read it. Now, think about words your dream clients would use when they would search for that information. This helps potential new clients find your website if they Google any question about their project. So think about design ideas, trends, financing questions, permit hurdles, or construction mistakes. If you need inspiration, list every question new clients ask during the first meeting and turn each one into a topic. And remember not to use your business jargon, but the words they use when asking the questions. Now, take that keyword or that question they ask and find a catchy title. Again, if you need inspiration, check out other blog posts. They all have catchy titles. Just a quick and easy tip to follow. How-to headlines are always good. Now, the second part is going to be your introduction. That's where you hook people with a bold statement or story. So by hooking people in, they will read the rest because they know exactly what they'll gain. Quick note now that we start writing. It's okay to use AI to write the post, as long as you give it specific insights you personally know and a very specific prompt on the tone of voice. But I recommend writing the introduction always yourself. Also remember when writing the introduction, the ultimate goal for the post is for strangers to find you, understand you're an expert on a topic, and book a discovery call with you. Don't let this scare you off. You don't have to be the best of the world to be an expert in something. If you're good at your job and you can help them with what they need help with, you probably already are an expert. So I recommend slipping 1 or 2 sentences about yourself into the introduction. For example, at your firm's name, we have 10 years of experience in doing exactly what the title says. For example, designing restaurants to attract more clients. Another quick tip or side note about hooking people in, what we found works best is writing in a first-person storytelling style. Now let's move on to the third part of the framework, the blog post structure. To make the blog as easy as possible to read, always use clear subheadings and occasionally bullet points because people want to skim the blog post. They don't necessarily want to read every word. And if you've ever done anything on your website, you might have seen that there are different names for different fonts like H1, H2, H3, paragraph. So stick with that hierarchy and don't ask me about the details, but apparently Google cares about that. Then in your blog post, in the body, include some images to make it nicer to read. And if you're an architect, that's probably the thing that comes most natural to you. But if not, add some images that are ideally relevant to what the blog post is about. Now, another pro tip, if you publish the blog post yourself and you're in the backend of your website, you can click on the image while you're publishing the blog post and you can change the alt description of the description so it includes your main keyword or the title. If you don't know what it is, don't worry about it and skip it. So ideally, your post should have at least 1,000 words, and more is totally fine if it stays interesting. The fourth part of your blog post are internal and external links. This is something very few people do, and it's actually really important. You're going to want to link out to other people and to other relevant pages on your website. That might be a service page or a contact page, a project page, or another blog post relevant to the topic. When we're talking about external links, so not the links towards your own website, I recommend linking to either a big site like Forbes or big newspapers or a famous design magazine, plus local businesses. That shows Google what your website is about and that it's relevant to your location. And now a little mini hack: if you're linking to a small business in your area, send them an email saying that you really like their work so much that you just linked out to them in your latest blog post. Send them the link and tell them that you'd love for them to share it. And that will not only flatter them, but it will also drive new clients to your website. That can be anything from a local coffee shop. Let's say your blog post is about the perfect wall colors and you like the color of their interiors. You can link out to their little coffee shop and suddenly all the visitors of that coffee shop might up ending on your website. Or it can also be a local small contractor that you work with. Now the last and fifth part of your blog post is going to be the conclusion, where you finish with a call to action. Summarize your blog post, because some people start at the end before they decide if they want to start to read the blog post. And then invite your readers to take the next step and book a call with you, or download your lead magnet on your website if you have one. No worries if you don't have one or if you don't know what it is. This is the simplest way that I can break this down for you. And obviously the specific words you use in the title are extremely relevant. And you can use a lot of expensive tools like Ahrefs to find out the best keywords in your area with the most people searching for and the lowest competition. And as a marketing agency, we spend almost as much time doing research for our clients as we do writing the actual blog posts. That being said, if you pick words your clients look for and write a compelling title and you follow the structure of the video for the blog post, you're already doing a lot more than most of your competitors, and it will pay off. So one last tip: try to be consistent and write one blog post per week. I don't care when you do that. Block off your Sunday afternoons or your Monday mornings or whatever day you want. Take 2 to 3 hours to write one blog post. Now, comment below if you want our simple blog post checklist and I'll email it to you, and subscribe to the channel or follow us on Instagram if you want to know all the marketing hacks to get more clients for your business.